Yo!
Yeah. Good morning, and welcome to
NextGen in the morning!
Glad you're here. Another day.
Another dollar.
Another
day, another dollar.
Literally the quote.
We need to change that phrase to like another day. Another day.
Literally, my neighbor looked at me 2 days ago and said, "What day is it?" He was talking to me over the fence. Like, "What's today?" I said, "Well, it's Sunday." And he was like, "Good to see he went to church." Yeah. Anyway, happy Tuesday. Well, it is Tuesday,
It's
which means
Tuesday.
it's movie review day.
Movie review day, Tuesday.
That's right.
Last time we did National Treasure, and then today we are going to go with the 1998 Pixar giant.
That's right.
That is A Bug's Life. It was the second film of the Pixar brand that came out.
Yeah, it was. First was Toy Story, for you that don't know.
Not to be confused with the movie Ants, A-N-T-Z.
That's right.
By DreamWorks.
That's right.
They came out with a film that was centered around ants.
And I think it's very similar.
I don't remember anything from it because it was
I saw it once as a kid.
inferior. It was
Who
not
cares?
as good.
Who cares? It's not A Bug's Life. I've never been to the California Disney park, but isn't there a lot of Bug's Life stuff there? I think there is.
I've never been to Disney.
No, I've only been to one park in Florida.
The free one, right?
Yeah, I've been there.
But yeah, Bug's Life. You know, it is a Paramount, no pun intended, Paramount feature of the Pixar franchise.
Great.
You know, it really paved the way for a lot of the films we see, like later on, like The Incredibles or, you know, Finding Nemo, things like that. I think about, to me, in my opinion, Toy Story and Pixar are like the foundation, but then I believe that the frame and the studs of the Pixar house is Finding Nemo. Because what they did there is how, in each of those films, you see how they took like a world that's not ours and they made it in some, like bugs. Okay. They zoomed in to these bugs. Toys. They made toys have a world. And then Finding Nemo went into the ocean and did it so well. I think that's
changed the game.
It changed the game for everything else, and all these others that you see today that y'all love, but
They're not the same.
it's not the same because they're not as groundbreaking.
Correct.
But anyway,
Bug's Life.
we're going to talk about A Bug's Life, and we hope you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, there's going to be spoilers, so stop this right now. Go watch it.
That's right. Quick summary of A Bug's Life. I can give it to you in like 10 seconds. There's an ant. He messes up. He has to go find help. He finds help. Saves the day. There it is.
Let me give it a little better one than that.
So there it is.
There is an ant, a city of ants on this island. Every year they have to pay up everything they harvest, most of what they harvest, to grasshoppers. Well, to his point, the ant messes up and he gets all of that food they collect goes away. Therefore, he messes up, so he has to go find help while his people suffer from his mistake. The reason he has to go find help is because the grasshoppers are superior and they basically rule over these ants. But they don't live there. They come back and forth to get their payments. Kind of like a evil dictatorship government or something.
There's a lot of death.
A lot of death. So he goes away and he comes back with what he thinks are fierce warriors to save the day. So,
Fearless warriors.
starting at the beginning, to your point, we have a few main characters. That is the princess, the littlest dot ant, this little kid. So the princess, Anna, well, is it Anna?
I think so.
Then the queen, she's really old, and then Flick, which is the main character here,
Main ant.
and to describe Flick, he's very creative, inventive, has a lot of tenacity.
I don't know why they hate on him because his inventions are great.
They're great, but it's just he's not quite there all the time. It's like they work for him, but then when he tries to show it to other people, it messes up. And so he's kind of labeled the idiot, the class, the anthill, this moron. And so it seems like he's always messing up, but in reality, he's the brilliant one.
Yeah, he is.
So he goes off to find what he thinks are warriors to come back and fight the grasshoppers, but instead he gets a hold of a bunch of circus bugs.
Which that whole thing is really funny, by the way.
Yeah.
That whole thing.
So,
flies, and he's like,
kind of like analyze this because I feel like we could summarize the movie a lot, but just to analyze it, I think some of my favorite characters in this are the roly polies. So they are they Italian? You think?
Yeah,
they don't speak English. They have a bunch of hands, and they're always and they're always jumping around.
Yeah.
And they are the comedy relief. But there's so many things that they do I laugh out loud to. And they really kind of encompass what I believe is the heart of a bug's life. And that is the humor. You know, whoever thought that ants and bugs would be fun? I think Pixar goes to a place that we've really never seen of bringing humor into that. They also do something that is a little edgy. Is they have some violence, bug violence in there. So obviously, at the end, the grasshopper gets eaten by the bird, things like that. But early on in the film, I want to talk about something. Flick, our main ant, goes into this like
a city
restaurant place inside the city, and it's a can. Inside the can, they get in a fight, and our main circus bugs start walking, and they roll the can. Well, I've never noticed this before until yesterday when I watched it. But after they do all that, and Flick the ant comes and he finds the circus bugs, but what he thinks they're warrior bugs standing on top. They are standing on top of a mound of dead bugs. They are all dead, and like because of the can rolling over, and it's so morbid. Like it's something they just kind of slip in there, being a kids film. But you look, and it's just like there's like a mosquito, and he's dead. And
That's awesome.
You know, a wasp, and like all these things.
That's funny. I like the whole city being under a trailer. I thought that was really fun.
Yeah,
that's super fun.
It's like New York City for bugs.
Yeah, under a trailer.
So let's talk about this though. They sprinkle in a Toy Story Easter egg. No pun intended, because it's Easter coming up. But which is this? The Easter egg is.
Gotta plug our camera.
By that trailer, there's a truck, right?
Yes.
And the truck is none other than the
Pizza Planet
truck from Toy Story.
That's right.
Which kind of brings me to this point that we kind of started down this trail. There's something called the Pixar theory.
Yeah.
And that is that from the beginning of Pixar, they did something to where all of their films, despite being different locations and things like that, are connected. And there's many, many clues and how it originates and all that. And you need to watch it. But it's got a Pixar theory that they're all connected, even though one's in the ocean and one's a bugs and one's toys and superheroes and all this, but they're in the same world.
Did you know that in a Pixar movie, there's always a small hint of the next Pixar movie?
No, I did not know that.
So if you watch, like, there's always one thing that will allude to what's coming.
Yeah. But to connect this to A Bug's Life, the Pixar theory, I think it's pretty brilliant of them that they inside what is just such a simple movie about ants that they bring in the complexity of Toy Story, connecting
Yeah,
it.
it's pretty neat.
You know, like, yeah, you guys maybe like Marvel has all their movies they're connected. Well, they did it in '98. All right,
That's right.
in '95. So that's pretty brilliant of them.
Yeah. 10 years before Marvel really started their movie.
Okay, let's talk about this. What moment in a Bug's life moved you the most emotionally?
I mean, I think it's the moment where he just stands up to the grasshopper.
Yeah.
Like the moment where he just stands up and he's like, let's do it.
Yeah, so at the end of the film, they come back to Grasshopper, and really it's this idea of the ants realizing that there's more of them than there are of grasshoppers.
Yeah,
and that's so deep, you know? It's like,
yeah,
they're like, we're not going to take it anymore.
that's right.
And we outnumber you, and really, he says a line in there. He says, we're not the weaker species.
Yeah.
You're the one that needs us.
That's right.
And so that's pretty cool.
And
Moment.
and then you're like, get him. Yeah.
Because, you know, Kevin Spacey's Hopper is just so
Great bad guy.
he lords over them. He's a great bad guy because it's really the reason he goes back is not for the food. It's just so that they know their place. They fall in the line, and the ants really they figure out who they are. And I will say this: just like Pixar is connecting their movies, I'm gonna connect this to real life. That ants do have great power. All right, in real life, they can like carry 10 times their weight. If you've ever been bitten by an ant,
Yeah, you know
well,
what
I felt like a grasshopper there, you know, because they could take me on. Ant bites, they're the worst. Can I tell an ant bite story?
Yeah, go tell an ant bite story.
All right. Ant bites are the worst. Have you ever got them? They get real big and then they fill up with just juice and it hurts. It's like poison. It's so bad. Fire ants, I'm talking about. Well, when I was in 8th grade, I was at summer camp. It was my second youth camp to go to, and there was a paintball course. And on this paintball course, it had a lot of cool things. It had this big wooden house that I busted my shin on real bad. I mean, I had scar there for like a year and a half.
That's awesome. Great story.
But my best friend Zach, he was playing paintball at this course, and he laid down to shoot. All right, and I kid you not, he laid down in a giant ant mound, and he had ant bite all over his right leg, some of his left leg, on his back, on his stomach, and he just about lost his mind. He got to a point where it was one night of camp, a few nights later, when he was rooming with me. I came in there, and he had he had found a hair dryer and a brush, not a comb, just like one of those real gritty hair brushes that girls use. And he had the hair dryer on his leg because that heat like helped him, made him feel good, take the itch away, and he was just he was itching with a hairbrush. That just goes to show you, man, that ants do have power.
There's a lot to that.
So I asked you your move.
That was mine. What's yours?
Your moment that moved you, and this will be kind of my final analysis of what moved me in A Bug's Life, and that is this whole concept we kind of talked about with Flick, and what I came to realize and what gets me the most is that I am Flick. All right, I am Flick, right? Creative, inventive, but not taken seriously. And you know, I get that whole like, you know, little guy moment where you have to, you know, prove yourself, and we come to find out that he's brilliant, right? And he has good ideas, but he's a moron. He's always messing up. And the real thing that I want to say though is it's not that Flick was stupid. Okay? It's that people wouldn't believe in or go all in. You know, what we see in the film is that when they did, and they were like, man, let's go with this. Let's go with this idea. When they did, the bird was brilliant. It was the idiot, was the flea that lit the bird on fire. He said, "Flaming death!" and he lights the bird on fire.
Yeah.
Other than that, it would have been a great plan.
Yeah.
So, I see myself in Flick, and that's what moves me. And I will say this: Pixar films are so emotionally moving.
They are.
I want to say this: that the other day, getting bored at the house with quarantine, just trying to change it up. Eli was eating lunch, so I was like, I'm gonna play an Audible story, like a Audible book, but it's gonna be a movie. You go to Spotify, you type it in, and they have all the Pixar films. So I put on Finding Nemo, and dude, I basically cried through lunch.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes, that's pretty heavy.
Not because of that though. I cried through lunch because it's this story about a father's love for his son, and Eli's there eating lunch. Yeah. But what gets me every time in Finding Nemo, and I understand we're not reviewing that, is the moment where Nemo's in the tank, and basically the word about Nemo's dad travels through the ocean. And it gets back to him. And what does Nemo do? He goes and he puts the rock in the thing. Yeah. That's what gets me. And then at the end, when he's like, guess what? And he's like, I met a turtle.
Right, man. Pixar, man, they get you.
They get you.
Hey, real quick, some funny things I thought about Bug's Life. I think it's the ladybug that's a man.
Yeah.
That's really funny. The big worm.
That's you.
So the big worm's funny. I thought it was funny when the worm
Adam Morgan is
when the worm cocoons and then he comes out and the butterfly.
He's like, you're like my ass.
That's funny. Anyway, I don't know. The bug creatures are funny. The Shakespeare guy. Anyway, really creative movie. Bug's Life. Yeah. For me, if I'm rating it, good, clean, funny family film, 8 out of 10.
I would definitely. I'm gonna go 8.5 out of 10. With up being 9 out of 10. All right, we're gonna show DreamWorks some love.
Yeah.
And we're gonna review Kung Fu Panda next week. Talk about a movie that'll make you cry. Watch it. Find out.
What's that on? Netflix.
Probably.
Probably Netflix.
If not, find it.
Great movie.
Kung Fu Panda. All right, recommendation station. What do you got, Marshall?
Recommendation station. Why not? You know, it's a new week. Let's try new things. What we said yesterday. So let's find an '80s song that we love and learn the dance to it.
Okay. So, are we saying that we're gonna demonstrate our dances?
Yeah, we'll do a dance for you.
All right,
it'll be fun.
And you might be saying, well, did they have choreographed dances? We're not saying you gotta learn the moves. Make up your own.
Yeah, and there's a lot of dances.
You got time. Maybe you could do one of those.
I don't remember that guy, but there's a guy that
maybe you could do this dance.
Did a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Anyway, just want to remind you this week, especially with the dance move and watching the movie.
Great movie, great. 80s music is great.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Just do it.